Hey everybody, good morning. What is going on? I wanted to come in here and I got some stuff going on. Saturday mornings are my catch-up day. So I wanted to come on here and just tell you a little bit about that and what's going on and share something with you that I've been thinking about as I'm working through my own offers. So if you haven't seen my lives before, or you haven't listened to the podcast, or you haven't watched any of my videos on my YouTube channel, then you need to sign up for my YouTube channel and make sure that you're subscribed there. And because I'm putting all this stuff over there, so there is no reason for you not to go over there and check out this stuff if you miss it live. So here I am, I'm live, and anyway, just wanted to come in here again. I'm trying to make this a practice of going live at least once a day to build connections with you guys, to document my own journey so that you guys can see what I'm working on, and perhaps in the what's the word I'm looking for? In the course of all this stuff that's going on, that maybe something that you hear here that I'm talking about might actually help you with something that you're working on. So if you have not watched my lives before and you don't know who I am, I'm just somebody who showed up in your friends list that was going live and you decided to check it out. A little bit of background about me. My name is Rob. I'm a web designer and developer, and I'm obsessed with digital marketing. And I work with, so I have a day gig, right? So in that day gig, I work with big corporate clients, right? We work on all kinds of stuff. I've been working in web design and development now for the better part of the last 15 years. And so I've learned a few things. I've learned a little bit about what works, a little bit about what doesn't work. And I've helped people scale and grow their businesses using the things that I've learned, not only from digital marketing, but just from marketing and communications and public relations and public affairs. All those things, I use those things to help my clients to build their business online. So if you're with me live, I really appreciate that, McCool. I really appreciate you hopping on. Wanted to just come in here and tell you a little bit about what I've got going on. Today, like I said at the beginning, is my catch-up day. So today I'm probably going to be shooting some videos and working on some stuff for my Black Friday special that is coming out. And so, amongst other things, and at some point today, we'll take a break to go and watch some college football. It's a very depressing thing for me right now to watch my alma mater, which is Florida State University, because they're freaking awful. But that's not till later tonight. So anyway, I wanted to share with you, though, a couple of the mistakes that I've seen that I've made in my own business, and that I see that other people make when they are doing these things online, right? So, if you're like me, when you first got started in trying to do online business, if online business is your thing, you heard the promises, right? You heard the claims about how much people were making online, and how easy the path was to being able to do different things, right? When I first got started, and I got started, 10 or 15 years ago, I talked about it in my live yesterday that, Russell and I, started online around the same time, but we took totally different paths, obviously. He has captured lightning in a bottle and has done amazing things with what he's done. But when I took the web design and development, I became the guy who builds the tools for people like Russell. So anyway, but what I found is there's a couple big mistakes that I think that, especially if you're getting started with digital marketing, there are a couple mistakes that I think that people make, and maybe you can learn from these. So the first one that I see is, and if you take in the One Funnel Away challenge, then you will understand this, is a lot of people underestimate the amount of work that it takes to create your product or your service or your course, or whatever that may be. Because you've got to, it's not just coming up with the concept, right? It's not just coming up with the idea of the funnel, right? It's not just coming up with your pricing structure. There is so much work that is involved in getting and putting together an actual offer, right? So not only do you have to figure out what your offer is, you got to figure out what the offer stack is going to be, meaning that, what are the components of the offer? Then you've got to build your funnel. Then you've got to create your email list, and you've got to write your follow-up sequences. Then, you've got to do your Dream 100. If you're going to do this thing right, if you're going to do it at all, then you need to have a Dream 100 list. And then, there are just so many different things. There's so many different moving pieces. Then there's the whole creative side, right? There's the writing and the web design and development side, because you got to build a funnel if you're going to be doing online business, right? I mean, that kind of goes without saying. So when you first start, like with the One Funnel Away challenge, is, you get that 30-day window for what you are, going to be taught, right? You get taught how to do the various different things that you need to do that. And don't get me wrong, the One Funnel Away challenge is absolutely the best online business training that I have ever seen. I've seen lots and lots and lots of different products online. And hands down, for the $100 that you pay to get in, and the amount of information and direction that you get, and the community that you get associated with that, it is absolutely the best training that I've ever seen, right? So you should definitely do that. But the other part of it is it's not just the hour or 2 hours a day of the learning and the training that you get in the One Funnel Away challenge. Then you've got the extra homework that comes with that. And the homework is the creative part. That's your logo. That's your funnel design. That's your own offer, the various different things that make you unique, right? So that could easily be at least a couple more hours a day if you're going to try to finish the entire One Funnel Away challenge in the 30-day time period. So that I say all that to say that's the biggest challenge I think that most people face is, they underestimate the time that is involved with creating or launching their product. So what's the solution to that though, right? If that's the biggest problem, what do you need to do to combat that, right? So this is the way I do it when I work on web projects. So when I bring a new client in, one of the things, we go through our kickoff call, we go through all of the various different things that we need to do. Then we build out a full checklist of all of the different things that we need to do. And then we go through all of the various different pieces, and then who's assigned to what, right? So we get, we know that the client is responsible for providing these things, and, I need to build these things, and I need to get with a copywriter on these things, and so on and so forth. We chunk everything out, right? And then we put timelines on that so that we know what it's going to take. And then after experience and having done it a couple times, you get a good idea about what is the time requirements for the various different things that you need to do. But the most important thing that you need to do is just to chunk it all out, right? You need to create your list. You need to have a checklist of all of the various different things that you need to do and what the deliverables are for each of those things. Because when you're building an online product and you're in the digital marketing space, you're doing the same kinds of things that I do with my team when I build a web project. You still have to have a copywriter. You've got to have a graphic designer. You've got to have the tech person to put together your funnel. You've got to have somebody to set up all of your stuff. You've got to have somebody that is going to load all of these things, you know? So and for me, it's like me and a team of people that do this. And if you are doing this by yourself, then you've got to be able to know and understand what's involved with each of those, because you only have so many hours in a day. So, but chunking those things out and putting deadlines on them is the biggest thing for me. So here also is one of the big things that that I've learned over time. And this is a really big challenge, especially if you are somebody who is doing most of this stuff by yourself. Even if you've got a team, they're doing things for you, but this is really the biggest challenge, because you have to be able to answer their questions. And that's really the amount of creative energy you have on any given day, right? So a lot of times you hear this talked about in productivity and self-development circles and stuff like that, that you find out what your time of day is that you are most creative, right? That you are able to get the best work done. And I know Michael Hyatt talks about this in some of the training that he does. But you have to figure out what time of day you are most creative and you can get the most juice from the squeeze, right? So, for me, it's early mornings, right? If I don't have that window of early morning time when my brain is working the best, then everything else is shot for the day. And then it puts off the work that I need to do for my funnel for another time, right? But I know that between, probably 6 or 7 in the morning till around 10 or 11, and that's the time where I'm most creative and I can get the most things done. So think about that though, and Marjorie's right. She posted here, says most people underestimate what it takes to build a business. And that is absolutely true, because, like I was saying before, we are challenged when we see the golden ring when we're, seeing the different offers and things that people are putting out there in front of us. We see it and we go, yeah, I can do that too. And then we buy into that. And then, all of the work that's associated with that becomes challenging. So that's a big thing. So the second thing though, that I do want to talk about is, ignoring the importance of personal branding. And this is a really big thing. I'm a design guy, right? If your funnel looks like crap, I don't trust you. That's just the way I am right out of the box. So if it looks like you are the one who built it, you're the one who designed your logo, and that you don't have a ounce of design capability in your world or in your body, I don't trust you. And I'm not the only one, and you don't have to have that for every person, right? I talked a lot about Dana Derricks recently, and I've read a lot of the stuff that he's done, and in all of the lives that I've done, I've pointed out how awful his design is, right? But the thing is he's got validation for the things that he's done because he's been there and he's done that. He's created the results that are able to overcome that branding. But here's the kicker, right? So when you are trying to make your way and to build your name to become the attractive character, or what I call the known entity, somebody that is a brand that is associated with results, you have to pay attention to your personal branding. It is absolutely integral. It's a central part of what you need to be paying attention to in your business, because, if, like I said, when I click on it, for me personally, if I see your offer, if I see you on Facebook, or I find you in some other place, and there's something that you said that has caught my attention, and then I click through, but your stuff looks like crap, I'm gone, right? I'm like, okay, well, this is somebody else that is in the community, and they're trying to make their name, and they're obviously doing all this stuff themselves. So how could they be the quote unquote 6-figure CEO, or help me to accelerate my business to 5 and 6 figures per month or whatever, if their stuff looks this crappy? So so I don't buy a lot of that. So, and part of the branding thing too, also though, is the messaging, right? It's, what you say you are, right? And if you say and claim that you're able to deliver those results, I need to see that you've delivered those results, and I need to see the way, that you're doing that for your people. So, because there's, like I said, I posted it on my Facebook profile, I guess a couple months ago, and it got like a bunch of response. But the whole fake it till you make it thing has left the digital marketing space, with a bunch of fakers and wannabes, right? People want to be those things, and they misunderstand the direction that we get from people that have been there and have done it, where, we are to model, not to copy, but we're to model the things that they're doing. So, you have to be very careful about that. And this all goes into your brand, right? So whether you choose to actually build a brand or not build a brand intentionally, you're still a brand. You are still somebody who is associated with this set of values and set of, what's the word I'm looking for? Principles that are associated with what you're doing. So anyway, so you can't ignore the importance of personal branding. Personal branding is absolutely essential, and you're always building a personal brand, whether you're doing it on purpose or not doing it on purpose at all. There's always somebody out there like me who is in your target audience, who's watching what you're doing. We may not be saying much, but we are watching and paying attention. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is that most digital marketers are struggling with is they're putting all their eggs in one basket. These are huge mistakes, folks. I gave the example of John Acuff a while back and the fallout that he had with Dave Ramsey and how he doesn't even own his own domain name anymore. But when you put all of your marketing eggs in one basket, like meaning that you solely rely on Facebook for your lead generation and your connection to your audience, you are walking a very, very dangerous road because, as Russell Brunson has pointed out several times, what would happen if Mark Zuckerberg decided that he didn't want to allow you to post the kinds of things you're posting anymore? Boom, you're gone. Your whole business has vanished. So, by putting all of your eggs in this one basket, you are totally screwing yourself, And so anyway, those are the big things that I think that I see that people are struggling with. Now, what I do want to say is that I want to invite you to go to websitesarnotdead.com and download a guide. I've created a guide that, is that talks about 7 critical factors that people have that are causing people's online business to fail. And this is these factors are factors that I've learned over the years that I've been working with big clients and building big website projects for them over time. And so like I said, it goes into explanation. You can check it out in the guide, websitesarnotdead.com. There are several critical points of failure that are killing online businesses. So I encourage you to go check that out, and then what the solutions are for those things you'll get in that guide as well. So anyway, that's what I've got for you guys today. I really appreciate those of you who are here live. If something you've heard here was helpful, please feel free to share it. Please give me a thumbs up, heart this live, let me know. I would really appreciate that. It means a lot to me as I try to build and grow and expand my own presence here on Facebook. I'm just really taking this thing to the next level and pushing myself outside of my own comfort zone to start producing more and start being out there and visible and following my own advice that I give to my big corporate clients and whatnot. So anyway, thank you very much for this. Jason said the website's not pulling up, and That's very concerning. I will have to check on that, and I will let you know and follow up in the comments below. But yeah, I'll definitely check that. I don't know why that's not working. So that's very concerning. So anyway, you guys take care, and we will talk to you later. All right.